For many people, being a Rastafari is just about wearing locks. It's about reggae music. It's about one love. And for the majority, it's about smoking weed. But the Rastafari movement is much deeper than all of that. It is a movement born from suffering, from resistance, from African pride and the belief that black people deserve dignity, identity, and liberation. Today, we talk about the real history of Rastafari. Hello everybody, my name is Claudette, and I am your Jamaican Gypsy Granny. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if it's your first time here, welcome back. On this channel, we talk about all things Jamaican. We talk about the history, we discuss some of the myths, we talk about our language, our culture, and we go to beautiful places across Jamaica. So if this is something that interests you, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It would certainly help the channel to grow. Alright, so let's talk about Rastafari. Rastafari it just never dropped out of the sky. It wasn't just a random idea that somebody picked up and decided they were going to form a cult. No. Its roots run deep, straight back to Marcus Mosiah Garvey, Jamaica's own black nationalist leader. Garvey would always tell us, look to Africa. He said that a people without knowledge of their history is like a tree without roots. He preached black pride. He preached unity and liberation long before anyone else dared say it out loud. So when he spoke, Jamaica listened. And whether people knew it or not, this is where the seed of Rastafari was planted. Then in 1930, Ethiopia crowned a new emperor. His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie I, formerly Rastafari Makwonen. Now, remember, Garvey had already said, look to Africa for a black king who shall be the Redeemer. So when Selassie took the throne, many Jamaicans saw it as prophecy fulfilled. From there, the movement took on its name, Rastafari. In the early days, Rastafarianism was mainly found in the roughest communities in Kingston. Bakawal, Jungle, Trenchtown, Central Kingston. This is where you would find Rastafarianism. And these were places that were full of struggle. It was full of poverty and very little opportunity. But Rastafari gave people something powerful. It gave them identity. It gave them dignity. It gave them African awareness and spiritual grounding. It gave them hope. Selassie wasn't just a king in their eyes. He was a symbol of black divinity, something society never taught them to see in themselves. You know, to most people, wearing locks is a fashion statement, especially today. But trust me, Rasta and locks in Rastafarianism was never about style. The dreadlocks that Rastafarianism wear, or Rastafaris wear, symbolize the Lion of Judah. It symbolizes strength. It symbolizes stepping away from Babylon and returning to African roots. It symbolizes letting your body stay natural. It's the same spirit behind how many Rastas choose to eat the Ital way. That means they eat natural food, straight from the earth. No pork, no processed food, and traditionally, no added salt. Most don't eat meat at all, and some avoid fish, while others may eat small fish depending on their interpretation. They eat plenty of vegetables. They eat roots and fruits, grains, and good clean herbs. They use a lot of herbs in their healing methods. Not just weed. I'm talking about natural herbal remedies, okay? Italism is really about keeping the body pure so the spirit and the mind can stay clear. When Rastas talk about Babylon, they're not talking about a place. They're talking about the system of oppression, the system of racism, the system of colonial control and poverty and government corruption, and anything else that keeps people down. Rastafari rise up as a response to all of that. It's a way of saying we are not accepting this anymore. See, there was a whole movement against Rastafarianism. War was declared by the government. The police were allowed to beat them, drag them and throw them into jail, cut off their locks and treat them like criminals just for being a Rastaman. Society never understood the movement at all at first, but still it continued to grow, and it grew and it grew and it grew strong like a coconut tree, and it's still here. When reggae stepped onto the world stage with people like Burning Spear and Peter Tosh, and of course Bob Marley, suddenly the whole world started paying attention. People began to see what Rastafari really stood for. They understood that it stood for peace, that it stood for unity, that it was a spiritual awakening, an African connection, love and justice. Reggae never created Rastafari. It simply amplified the message until everybody was listening, until everybody heard it. Today, Rastafari is more than religion. It's culture, it's identity, it's philosophy, and it's a whole way of living. It teaches you to live conscious, to live intentional, to live natural, to live respectful, and to live boldly as who you are. And that natural lifestyle shows up in many ways. It shows up in the herbs, the clean eating, the ital choices, and the way people try to stay connected to the land and to themselves. Once again, my name is Claudette, and I am your Jamaican Gypsy Granny. If this episode opened your mind or taught you something new, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like, share, leave a comment. Tell me something you didn't know or you do know about Rasta that may or may not have been mentioned here. If you have some new insights, please leave a comment. Also, tell me what you want to hear. And don't forget to tap the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Okay? And if you'd like to support my work and leave me a tip, my PayPal link is in the description. Thanks for watching, blessings, and remember, Rastafari is more than locks. It's a journey of consciousness.